My name is Kate Leslie, and I'm the Associate Director of Education at Syracuse Stage. Welcome to our online Young Playwrights Festival. Each year, hundreds of high school students from all across Central New York submit their 10-minute plays and performance pieces to us. We read all of these plays, and from this large group, select our top 16. These semifinalists are invited to a Young Playwrights Festival workshop, which we were actually able to have on March 8th. At this workshop, the plays are read aloud by a group of actors to a panel of professional playwrights and theater artists. These theater artists then critique the plays, let the playwrights know what they think is working, ask questions, try to get to the heart of what they're writing about. The playwrights then have the opportunity to rewrite and resubmit their plays. Now, in a normal year, we would select the top 8 from these and perform these plays on stage at Syracuse Stage. We actually have the opportunity this year to share with you all top 16 plays. On Tuesday and Wednesday, the semifinalist plays will be performed, and on Thursday and Friday, the finalist plays will be performed. I absolutely adore the Young Playwrights Festival. I think it's one of the best things that the Syracuse Stage Education Department does each year. There's no other time where I get to hear and listen to so many high school voices and hear really what they're thinking about and what they care about each year. So I love the Young Playwrights Festival, and I hope you do too. So enjoy the selection of plays for tonight.
Hi, I'm Janelle Little. I'm a senior at Christian Brothers Academy, and I wrote Hope Remains. I was inspired to write this play after seeing and experiencing all the injustices in the news when it comes to racism in the African American community and prejudice towards other groups as well. I've seen people try to make a positive difference, but nothing really seems to work. So I wanted to explore that idea and the question of whether change is actually possible or if we're just stuck in an unbreakable cycle. This is the first play that I wrote back in December for my creative writing class, but I definitely hope to write more in the future. I'm going to college for film production and may double major in screenwriting, so I can't wait to see what else I'll create in the future. My favorite part of the festival was getting to work with other people and hearing their plays and ideas, because it was such a creative group and it was great to experience that. My biggest takeaway would be realizing the importance of revisions. Going into this, I was hesitant to make changes to my play because I was worried that I'd make it worse, but the suggestions that I got in the workshop made my play so much better. The feedback not only enhanced my play, but it made me a better writer as well. So I'm so grateful for the experience and all the people that I met along the way.
Oh gosh.
You're home early.
Work ended early. What are you doing?
Schoolwork.
Have you been writing again?
Just for a school assignment.
On racism, activism, and gun violence?
It's for my history.
Don't lie to me. I know this isn't for school.
I'm sorry.
I've told you before not to write about these things.
I just want our story to be told.
It'll get you killed.
Mom, please.
Some book by some 17-year-old Black girl from the city is not going to make a difference.
It's worth a shot.
But it's not worth the risk. After everything that has happened, how could you do this to me? To Elijah? He can't handle losing anyone else.
I'm doing this for Elijah, so he can grow up in a world that's safe.
So you think if you put this out into the world, things are going to be different? You're going against a culture founded by hate and immune to change. This story will blow up on the news for a few days and be forgotten just as quickly. Then the next day you turn on the TV and there's another innocent man killed. Another church shooting, another racist attack. This won't put a dent in the world.
I just want to be heard.
Excuse me?
I want our story to be heard. I want the world to know what they did to my brother. I'm so sick of you pretending like everything is okay. Like nothing happened. You don't even talk about what they did to him.
There's nothing to say. He's gone and I can't do anything about it.
You can make sure it doesn't happen to someone else's son.
You need to realize that no matter what you do, nothing will change.
Just let me try. Why can't you support me for once?
Because I have to protect you first. God, let this go already before it is too late.
Dad would have wanted me to do this. If he were here, he'd support me.
Huh? What happened to your father is exactly the reason why I don't want you doing this. He's going to spend the rest of his life in prison because he defended himself in that protest. I told him not to go, but he didn't listen to me. Don't repeat his mistake.
It wasn't a mistake. He fought for what he wanted. Equal rights. And I'm gonna keep fighting for him.
You were too young to understand what happened when he got arrested. But now I expect you to realize that if you do this, you're risking your life for nothing.
But this could get justice for Dad and Emmanuel. Dad went to prison for killing someone in self-defense. Emmanuel is gone because he reached for his license and the cop assumed it was a gun, yet nobody did anything about it.
No one did anything because nothing can be done. It's the same story over and over again.
But at least this could create a chance for Elijah to grow up in a better place. And if you don't care about that, that's fine. Then you can sit back and do nothing like you always do.
I've been on this earth longer than you have, Hope. I've seen people try to do what you're doing, and they all ended up dead. So don't think you're the first person to try to change this messed up world, because you're not. The sooner you realize that this is a hopeless cause, the sooner you'll be able to live your life.
I don't want to live in a world like this.
You don't have a choice. I'm not letting you go through this. I'm doing what's best for you. Now you need to let this go.
Am I gonna die?
Why would you ever think that?
Well, it says people like us aren't good for anything but dying. What's wrong with us?
There's nothing wrong with us. It's the other people who are the problem.
Is it because we look different than them?
That's part of the reason.
I think that's why people at school sometimes call me names and make fun of my hair.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
Well, I told my teacher, but she never did anything about it. It's just normal.
Just because nobody does anything about it doesn't mean it's right. You need to let me know if that happens again, okay?
It's no big deal. I'm used to it.
It is a big deal, and I won't let anyone say those types of things to you, okay?
How?
Through this, of course. But who knows? Maybe you'll be a writer one day.
Nah. I want to be a cop. A good one. Not like the one who killed Emmanuel. And I'll go around stopping all the bad guys and saving the world.
Since when did you want to be a cop?
Well, they came to school and they told us about all the cool stuff they do. And they gave us these new cars. It was so cool. I want to be just like them.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, why not?
Well, just because I don't want you getting hurt, that's all.
I won't. I have a super fast car and guns. Shoot the bad guys.
Elijah, don't do that. Elijah, guns are dangerous. I don't want you to ever have to use them on someone, okay?
What about the bad guys?
Sometimes it's hard to tell who the bad guys really are. You may think someone's bad just because of how they act or looked, but really they're not dangerous at all.
And that's why we have cops to save the world. They always know what to do.
Cops are the bad guys, and you're never gonna be one because they're too busy killing us. Elijah, I'm sorry. I should have never said that. I just forget everything I said.
Is the car okay?
Yeah, the car's fine. Not even a scratch.
What? Why can't I be a cop?
I just want you to be safe. I'm trying to protect you. Okay, no more of these guns and cop stuff, okay?
Okay.
Hey, look at me. This is for the best. Now, let's get you to bed. I'll be there in a sec to tuck you in.
Hi, my name is Ailish Cuthbert. I'm a junior at Auburn High School, and my friend Ivana and I wrote the play An Unfortunate Presidency. When we were writing this play, we were really inspired by the political environment in our country because there's definitely a lot of division, so we wanted to create a satire about American politics that people who fall anywhere on the political spectrum can enjoy. Prior to this experience, I've had some exposure to writing plays like with English class and with Odyssey of the Mind, but this is definitely my favorite play that I've ever written, and because of this experience, I know that I want to do more with writing plays in the future. My favorite part of the festival was attending the workshop because the people at Syracuse Stage gave us a lot of really great critiques and a lot of helpful tips about writing, and also I really enjoyed listening to the other students' plays be performed. Because of this experience, I definitely have a much better appreciation for all the hard work and creativity that goes into writing a play, and I'm really glad that I participated in the festival because now I know that I want to do more with writing plays in the future. So I'd like to thank all the people at Syracuse Stage and everyone who's watching this, and I hope you are enjoying the show.
Hello, my name is Ivana Pierce. I go to Auburn High School and I'm in the 11th grade. I wrote 2 plays, The First Day and The Unfortunate Presidency. I wrote The Unfortunate Presidency with one of my best friends, Ailish. We started that project in January, right when the impeachment trial was really starting to divide our country. We knew we wanted it to be something very lighthearted and something that both sides of the political world could come together and share a laugh in. This was my first time writing plays, and I plan on writing more plays in the future because it was something I really enjoyed. My favorite part of this was going to the workshop and getting to meet the other young playwrights because they were some of the most kind-hearted and genuinely nice people that I've ever met. My biggest takeaway from this would definitely be try your hardest to see your work through the end. There were several points while writing the plays that I thought we were all out of ideas and that we couldn't come up with anything else to push the plays forward. However, in the end, we were able to finish both of them, and it has been so rewarding to see our plays performed by other artists. I really hope you enjoy.
This just in. The candidate who was leading in the polls, Secretary Pierce, was in a fatal accident while filming a TikTok while promoting her campaign in the middle of the highway. Although this news is extremely saddening for all of her supporters, things seem to be looking up for runner-up Tony Powell.
What? I don't want to be the president. I only ran as a joke.
2 hours later.
The votes have been counted, And the people have spoken. Congratulations to our newly elected president, Tony Powell.
What the hell we gonna do now?
We have 2 months until the inauguration. That's plenty of time for us to figure out a way to get out of this.
Okay, we will have to come up with a plan.
2 months later.
In the words of Lady Gaga, this presidency can only be summed up as one that will be talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, never the same, unafraid to reference or not reference.
I don't know how you pulled that off, but everyone loved your speech.
What can I say? I have a way with words. Now I need to get down to business. My goal is to be impeached and kicked out of office in less than a year.
So, Mr. President, what's first on the agenda?
Well, I'm just eating this bag of Doritos. Well, trying to figure out how I can get impeached. And while I was eating, a brilliant idea came to my head. I thought to myself, who doesn't love Doritos? I'm going to implement a countrywide ban on Doritos.
That's genius.
I know, right? I'll put it into effect. First thing.
Great. You will be out of the office in no time.
Attention, America. The president just presented me with a new bill that will be put into effect immediately. It reads, quote, in light of Dorito addiction becoming a serious issue amongst our citizens, a ban on Doritos will be put into effect. You heard me, grocery stores. Start cleaning up those chip aisles right now.
This is great. I'm already receiving backlash on Twitter. I can't wait to hear Jimmy Kimmel bash me on his show tonight.
2 hours later.
Turn on the news. Turn on the news. Love of all things, how did this man become president? And I'm here to call the word. Ugh!
Is it vibe check time?
Focus, Tony. News. They're saying that the National Health Institute just came out with a new study on the harmful effects of Doritos. Turns out they're the leading cause of cancer. Your approval rate is soaring right now.
What? How is that even possible?
Look, people are holding up signs saying President Powell, our hero. Listen, Tony, I don't want to be here any more than you do. You better figure out a way to get impeached soon or I'm out of here.
Okay. I'm on it. Looks like we're back to square one. What else could I possibly do?
Figure it out. It would give you something to do other than staring at yourself in the mirror and practicing the renegade all day.
Hey. Wait a minute. You actually gave me a great idea. How about I send out a presidential letter to all schools in America, public and private, saying that before taking state tests and college admission tests, all students must do the renegade.
That's perfect! This way, all the students will have lower test grades and America will look stupid.
2 months later. Bristol and Tony are sitting at the dinner table.
Are you kidding me?
What is going on?
I guess the students taking the test were all so stressed before that it had an impact on the grades, but because of your stupid renegade, the students are testing better than ever before. Dang it! I thought for sure you had lost the approval of all teachers and students in the country.
Oh, I should have known that would have happened. TikTok makes all aspects of life better.
Wait a minute. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Shall we ban TikTok? Kids won't even know what to do with themselves. Parents will be devastated that their kids won't be able to catch them up on the newest Charlie dances and TikTok references. Schools will be furious because scores will go back down and more students will be opting out of tests.
That's genius. This has got to work. How could they possibly justify that?
Okay, I'll send a notice to Apple and Samsung demanding that they take the app down immediately.
Mr. Pao types up an email to the two companies. He presses send, shuts his computer, and sits back in his seat with his legs propped up on the table. His phone starts buzzing non-stop, and messages from angry teenage tweeters.
This is nice. This is nice. I have every student, teacher, and parent in America hating me.
2 months later.
You aren't going to believe this.
My impeachment trial is scheduled in a couple of weeks. People are calling me Mussolini 2.0 for banning TikTok. Do not ruin this for me.
Well, turn on the news and see for yourself.
Breaking news. Turns out that prior to the ban, the average teenager was spending more than 2 hours a day scrolling through TikTok. Studies show that kids are now getting more sleep and higher grades in school. I think I can speak on behalf of the entire nation in saying that we're sorry that we ever doubted you, President Pao.
No!
He throws the remote across the room and punches the TV. 2 months later. Tony and Rizal are in the pool at the White House, soaking in the sun.
This is great. I haven't even thought about the fact that I'm the President of the United States in a whole 5 minutes. Oh, dang it, now I'm thinking about it again.
I hate being the First Lady, too. It's so much effort. I never signed up for this, but you did. You better get us out of this.
I say we get out of here. Let's just hide.
Hide? Hide where? Everyone knows exactly where we are 24/7.
Exactly. That's why we need to leave this area. Look, I say, why don't we go to Canada? I've always wanted to visit Montreal. I can finally put my French lessons to use.
Hold up. We are not going to Montreal. I'm not going to delay this impeachment thing any longer. I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Get out of the pool and dry off. I'll explain when we get inside. When you mentioned going to Canada, it hit me. You should declare war on Canada. Who would ever want to go to war with unproblematic Canada? The whole world will hate you.
Girl, you have done it again. Constantly raising the bar for us all and doing it flawlessly. Michelle Obama quote. This plan is foolproof. There is no good reason why anyone would go to war with Canada.
Exactly.
Later that night.
Come here, Grizzle. I just declared war. Let's see what the news reporter has to say about this one.
This just in. Our president has declared war on Canada. Our troops are being sent there as I speak. It seems that President Pao has fallen off the deep end. As of right now, we don't understand why President Pao wanted to take this action.
This is great. They will never be able to find anything because there is no reason to go to war. I think this is finally going to work.
Told you this plan would work. Let's just sit back, relax, and see what they come up with. If this plays out the way we want, I predict you will be kicked out of office in a couple of weeks.
1 week later, Mr. and Mrs. Pao are sitting at their kitchen table, sipping coffee and watching Good Morning America. Their favorite program. The show is interrupted by a breaking news report from the man.
We have an update on the United States war with Canada. The FBI has uncovered some very important information about Canadian plans to bomb the White House and several other government buildings in Washington, D.C. Recent discoveries suggest that they have been working on this plan for several months, and we're almost ready to launch this attack. Government officials are praising President Pao for his courageous decision to fight back against this Canadian terrorism. Without him, Washington, as we know it, would be destroyed. Thank you, President Howe. We need you more than ever.
Are you kidding me? I can't do anything right. I'm in wrong. What the hell are we gonna do now?
I have no idea. I'm just about ready to throw in the towel. It's useless to keep trying. With our luck, you could shut down the entire country and somehow still look like a hero.
Unless. I mean, you'll never know if you don't try.
Are you talking about shutting the country down? You know I wasn't serious, right?
Well, I am the president. I say we shut everything down. Schools, restaurants, malls, etc. And we'll put a ton of restrictions on travel. And better yet, we'll demand that everyone stay home.
I always thought you were crazy, and then you ran for president, and it confirmed my suspicion. But this is off the deep end. I want out as much as you do, but I don't think, well, don't you think we could take a little less dramatic approach?
Nah, I say go big or go home. And currently our home is the White House. So I don't think either of us want to go home.
You have a point there. Go for it, I guess.
Great. I will send out the memo right away.
Breaking news. It is with great despair that I report to you that the country will be placed in a total shutdown, effective immediately. I am every bit as shocked and confused as you are, America. I will continue to update everyone as we get more information about why the president made this radical decision.
This is great! This is totally unexpected and uncalled for. The entire nation will be outraged.
This man can't run our country. Impeach him. Get him out of here.
Impeach him. Let him out. Oh my God. Ah!
This mob is insane. Oh, is that guy using a torch to burn a cardboard cutout of me? And is that the police coming? Oh no, I think I've gone a bit too far. Gristle, wake up!
What just happened?
The police are coming. Looks like our plan worked, but this isn't exactly what I had in mind.
If anyone asks, I had no part in this. That's all I'm saying.
Police storm in, handcuff Mr. Powell, and bring him to the police station. Rizzo goes to visit him in jail.
I can't believe you're in jail. I knew this was a crazy idea.
I know, this is absolutely insane. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I almost wish I could go back to being president.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Be careful what you wish for. You're lucky that one of your crazy plans worked for once. How about I bail you out and we move to an island far, far away from here?
Now that's an idea I can get behind.
Police officer comes on stage and unlocks the jail cell. The officer opens the door and motions Mr. Powell to come out.
Well, Mr. President, I'm pleased to say that you're free to go. Putting you in jail was a complete oversight on our part, and on behalf of the entire country, we extend our sincerest apologies to you and your wife. We should have known that there was a good reason for what you did. You know, doctors are saying that because of the aggressive measures that you took early on in this battle, thousands of lives were saved. Allow me to escort you back to the White House so that you can continue to guide our nation with strong leadership in the war against this deadly virus.
Why? Why does the world hate me? I didn't do this to protect the country from the virus. Oh, I hate my life.
Don't be mum. I know who you are, and I know that you always do what is best for our country. Your judgment is impeccable. Now you need to get back to work. You're the only one who knows how to bring our country out of this mess.
I don't do this. Fellow Americans, I am just as shocked to be here as you are. And tonight, I would like to leave you with some inspiration that can not only relate to how this presidency will go, but also how I like to live my life. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving.
Hi, my name is Lili Czerniak Linder. I'm a sophomore at Jamesville-DeWitt High School, and I wrote the play Agoraphobia. The idea for my play first started in the playwriting unit of my English class, where I decided I wanted to focus on the topic of fears. My options got narrowed down pretty quickly based on the limitations of the stage, as well as the constraints of the festival, like character count and time limit, but eventually I settled on agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is a fear which I think most people have heard of, but don't necessarily fully understand. I certainly didn't before researching and writing a play about it. I've always liked writing, but I'm normally more of a nonfiction writer, so writing a play was a bit outside my comfort zone. But I really enjoyed writing it and participating in the Young Playwrights Festival this year, so I think playwriting is something I'll continue in the future. I did not expect my play to be selected as a semi-finalist, let alone a finalist, but I'm super grateful it was because the feedback I got was really helpful. The biggest piece of feedback I remember was from a woman whose brother, I think, has agoraphobia, and she talked about how it goes hand in hand with other disorders like ADHD and anxiety. So it kind of went to show me that there's more people around me than I thought who were affected by fears like agoraphobia. Having my play read out loud to a group of people for the first time was pretty nerve-wracking, but having all those minds in a room together gave me feedback I never would have thought of on my own. My biggest takeaway from my whole experience is just how helpful it is to put out an unfinished piece of work for people to review. Because it's not something I would normally do, but I found that the benefits have greatly outweighed my doubts. So, of course, I lastly want to thank Syracuse Stage for this great opportunity.
Are you feeling like Kugel tonight, Horace? Because Passover starts tomorrow, you know. And yes, Horace, I know I'm not Jewish, okay? But the Elderly Digest says that it's good to celebrate the small things in life as you get older. Appreciate them, you know? And my mom didn't let me eat many different things when I was little because she didn't like change. So I'm making up for it. Plus, it's Wednesday, so we have to have a noodle dish. And the Postmates man can deliver in 16 minutes. And then we can watch Jeopardy. I know you're excited. Okay, it's ordered. I know you're excited because they're going to win $250,000. And even though Joe is behind the leader by 10,000, I think he has a good shot at winning. Whereas Harold, he has no clue. And then there's Janice. It's okay, Horace. Adam's probably just fiddling with the breaker again. I'll give him a call. Oh, wait. This phone won't work either. Rotary telephones at least worked when the power went out. What good's all these gadgets if the old ones worked better? Adam, were you fiddling with the breakers again? Because my power's out and Jeopardy starts in 20 minutes. You know, I have to watch it every night or else I can never get to sleep. The whole building. Oh, the whole city. What happened? Mm-hmm. Well, when will it get fixed? Days? What am I going to do for days? No, Adam. You know I can't leave the house. I can't just drive to town or go to the corner store. There's no time in my routine to leave. Yes, just tell me when it gets fixed, please. Thanks. Goodbye, Adam. What am I going to do, Horace? Without Jeopardy, I've already done the crossword for today and completed the Sudoku. Right. I'll look on the bright side. At least we still have the Kugel. Oh, I forgot the power's out, Horace. Now all the food's gone bad. I mean, we still have food in the pantry, but it's almost out. And on Thursdays, I'm supposed to have eggs for breakfast and quesadilla for lunch. I can't have a can of soup. Well, then I'm just gonna have to call up the grocer to get the next food early. You better be in already. Let's see. Where is my phone? It should be right. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. It looks like we're gonna have to have a very late breakfast. It's low power, so we're gonna have to make it quick. Hello? Hello, this is Agnes Harris, and I'd like to order, hello? Low power my ass. This thing was already dead. What's the point of the newfangled shit if it doesn't work? No. I told you already why you don't go outside. Why? Looks like I'm gonna just have to tell you again. Seems like so long ago. You weren't even born yet. Okay. I remember it first starting when I was getting ready to go to college. I was at lunch with my mom and we were arguing. She didn't want me to go. Not many women went to school. I was so excited. I had just gotten into my dream school, the Iowa Women's Institute of Technology. Don't laugh, Horace, that's rude. But things have changed. And I am getting older. But I never looked back. And I didn't get to make it up to her before she died. And now the whole family doesn't talk to me anymore. Oh, enough of this pity party. So, anyways, we were at lunch arguing, and I suddenly started to feel like I couldn't breathe. Like my hands just got all prickly with pins and needles. So I stood up to get some fresh air, and I passed out. So then I went to the hospital because it wasn't normal for me to. And they told me I was fine, but I didn't feel fine. And I couldn't shake that weird feeling inside. Just like now. Like when you think about breathing, it suddenly becomes harder. Like your tongue doesn't rest comfortably in your mouth. It's all you can think about. It just takes over everything. Like when there's catnip in front of you, Horace, you won't even look at me. So I went home and I went on with my life. I mean, I went across the country to go to college. And even though things got worse, I'd go out to meet friends, but then I'd feel so sick that I'd have to go home. And I stopped driving because I was worried that I would have a panic attack and not be able to pull over. Eventually, I hardly left the house at all because I thought that I would have a panic attack in a public place and make a scene. Eventually, I found a time and a way to work from home. With all the new technologies. But today's shown that there's nothing to get excited about. And I do feel lonely sometimes. But I've got you. No one's more handsome than you. Besides, it's better this way. It's just you, me, and Alex Trebek. As much as that kid annoys me, maybe he's got a point. I think I should go outside. And don't look at me like that. You should be supportive. And I almost forgot. Save the turtles, right, Horace? Just open that door. I get a fresh Philly cheesesteak. Just open the door, you wuss. It's not that hard. Jeez. Seems like you do need a countdown, huh? Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'll be okay for a few days. I can just have cold cereal in the morning.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Harris. I didn't see you there. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
I just wanted to stop by and give you an update on the power. They said...
Oh, don't worry about it. It'll come back in time.
You seem pretty adamant that I let you know as soon as possible. I didn't think you would be going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, maybe this power outage is good. Like, it got me to turn off the TV and get my nose out of Sudoku and my blood out the door. It's really not as bad as I remember.
Well, I'm very glad, Miss Harris, and I will let you be on your way. But I just got word that the power should be back on in a few hours. Or now.
Oh, God, thank God. Because it is cold out here and I didn't want to ruin my boot.
Hi, my name is Piper Moskow. I'm a 10th grader at Jamesville-DeWitt High School, and I wrote the play Thunder. My inspiration for this play was Greek mythology and taking the really old Greek gods and combining them with a modern setting like marriage counseling. This is the first play I've ever written, but it was kind of fun, so I might do it again. My favorite part of the festival was being able to go to Syracuse stage and get the feedback on my play, because it was really educational to learn from people that clearly know a lot about this type of writing and the way it's done, so it was really nice to be able to learn and hear their feedback. And my biggest takeaway is to try something new, because it might turn out really fun and you might really like it.
So, here we are. Are you sure you want to do this? We can still go home.
Absolutely not. We need to do this. If not for us, then for the children.
Excuse me? Are you Zeus and Hera? I'm sorry for the informalities. There was no last name on the form.
Yes, sorry about that. We're here and ready to get started.
Of course. My name is Sabrina Clark. Is there anything I can get you? Anything I can do to make you more comfortable?
No, thank you. I think we're ready to begin. It's been a long time coming.
All right. Well, this is marriage counseling, so let's start easy. How long have you two been married?
Gods, it feels like it's been eons.
Only a few years, really.
So, what brings you here today?
Well, I'll be blunt. We have had many issues throughout the years. He's cheated on me more times than I can count. This man has enough children to hold his own Olympic Games.
Okay, no, hold on, wait. Don't pretend this is a one-sided issue. You had a child without me.
Yeah, and you threw him off a cliff.
I'm sorry, you threw a child off a cliff?
No. You know, metaphorically.
Right. So, clearly, infidelity is a major issue. Have you ever expressed how this makes you feel?
I mean, I think I've got my message across.
What exactly does that mean?
I may or may not spend most of my time getting revenge on all of his mistresses.
May or may not? You literally made one of them go crazy by stinging her with a horsefly.
Well, it's not my fault you're a sex addict who can't stay monogamous for the length of a children's book. And she worked for me. Her literal job description was to worship me. I can't believe Aya would betray me like that.
Okay, let's talk about this instead of yelling. Just to clarify, how did you get a horsefly to sting this woman? And how did that make her go crazy?
Well, you see, I just put nectar on her arm, and the next thing you know, she's being carted off to an insane asylum.
All right. Zeus, why do you feel the need to cheat on Hera?
I don't know, the girls are just all really pretty. I mean, not that Hera isn't, but it's just fun.
I mean, I don't think you find me pretty, because you never turn into a bull to impress me.
You turned into a bull?
Yeah. You know, we met at a Halloween party.
Huh, yeah. I remember. And what a lovely party it was.
Okay, so Hera, you feel as if Zeus doesn't treat you as well as he treats his other partners. Is that correct?
Yes. You see, he goes out of his way to impress them and barely acknowledges me.
Have you guys ever talked about this before? Hera, did you ever tell Zeus that this is how you feel?
No, like I said earlier, typically I just take it out on his mistresses or children, whichever seems like the easier target.
And this makes you feel better?
Yes. Watching them suffer and writhe in pain does bring a smile to my face.
Wait, you physically hurt these people?
If we're being honest, there was only one time I was truly concerned about someone dying.
I'm sorry, someone dying?
He never feared for his life. He's basically immortal. Hercules is doing great now, right? If anything, the tasks I gave him benefited him. Now he's loved by all.
Yeah, he's alive and happy. Oh, just back in the day, you almost killed him. But you know, you basically made his life better.
Well, maybe if you learned to keep it in your pants, we wouldn't have this issue.
How is this suddenly my fault? I wasn't the one that sent snakes to kill a baby in its crib.
How is this not your fault? You're the one who can't control himself around anything of the opposite sex. You're the one who wouldn't know what loyalty meant if a dictionary hit you in the face. You're the one who has to make me look like an idiot by staying by your side while you betray me in every way possible.
Do you guys need a break? We could take like 5 minutes to cool down.
Actually, I think a break is exactly what we need.
Okay. Do you want a coffee or something?
I don't mean a break from therapy.
Well then, what do you mean?
I need a break from us. From all of this. I'm tired of this fighting. I'm exhausted, constantly being angry, but that's exactly how I feel. I am angry all the time. I just can't decide if it's with you or with myself.
What do you mean when you say that you're angry with yourself?
I just feel like I have been fooling myself for years. I mean, cheaters never change, right? Who am I to think that we could be the exception? If all he wants to do is have sex with other people and find new ways to make me mad, is it even worth staying around?
Yes.
Is it? Because I can't remember the last time we were around each other for more than 10 minutes and it didn't end in a screaming match.
So what? This is us, right? I mean, sure, all couples have their fights, but we always seem to be okay.
Maybe I'm tired of just being okay. Do you ever think about giving up on us? Because from where I stand, it doesn't seem like you should really care at all. You could walk out of this room and have 30 girls lined up in under 5 minutes.
I don't know what you want me to say.
If you have nothing to say, I guess all of my questions have been answered.
I don't understand what just happened.
Which part?
1 second, we're fighting like normal, still throwing in jokes every once in a while, and then all of a sudden she's serious and walking out.
You normally fight like that?
I mean, yeah. She's always mad about what girls I'm with and if I'm being responsible, so normally we'll have some disagreements like that, but it's never gotten that far.
Even healthy couples have disagreements, but Fighting constantly, even if you think it's lighthearted, can take a toll on people.
Do you think she's gone? Because, I mean, if it's just me and you now, I can work on that.
No, absolutely not. You really have no shame, do you? Your wife just stormed out of here upset because you can't keep your dick soft for more than an hour at a time, and now you're trying to put the moves on me? I'm sorry for acting unprofessionally, but seriously, you just needed to hear the truth. I mean, just think for a second about why she's upset. Is it just because of the girls, or is there something more?
Am I supposed to have an answer for you? Because I don't know.
You didn't really try to think.
I don't know. She said it was about all the people I sleep with, but it felt like more. Like there was some other part that I'm completely blind to.
There probably is more. It seems like you two have never had a real discussion about your feelings.
So how do I fix this?
There's a chance she might not want to fix this. But if she does, you need to be willing to work for it. That means no more mistresses and sneaking off. It also means you need to start treating her as your wife. Ask her how she feels. Don't assume. If you value her as much as you say you do, then show it by treating her like an equal.
Thanks. Oh, should I go find her now?
Yes, go find her. You need to be open-minded and ready to listen to her.
Okay. Yep, you're right. I'm going.
Hi.
Hey.
I went to leave, but I couldn't. I couldn't leave like this.
Thank the gods. I just talked with Sabrina. I guess I haven't been fair to you. I've been so preoccupied with my own needs that I forgot to think about anyone else. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know you knew what that word meant.
I should have realized a long time ago that I wasn't a good husband. I'm not saying it was all my fault, because clearly you're not perfect either.
Fair, I guess.
But I want to try. To be better and to have a healthy relationship, whatever that means.
Yeah. I think I would like that. One condition, though. No more women that aren't me, and no more children that aren't mine.
You know, that almost sounds like marriage.
I know, right? You'd think the goddess of marriage would be able to handle her own, but go figure. It's a mortal therapist that finally gets us to work out our issues.